Brain rot.
Oh, the word of the year.
Yes. How would you describe brain rot?
I only know it as reference to someone who just sits there and scrolls on their phone. So if you're sitting there watching TikTok, looking at dances and stuff to buy on the TikTok shop, it's brain rot.
Brain rot. Now, did you know, here's a fun fact you can use on your next date. And your girlfriend will look at you and go like, my gosh, he is so incredibly bright.
Okay.
He's so
I
handsome.
like this.
I will do anything in the bedroom that he wants me to do.
This is going to make me more handsome? This
Yes.
one fact?
Yes.
All right. Lay it on
Because
me.
you can look at her and go, do you know about brain rot? And she'll say, it's the Oxford word of the year. And you go, yeah, it is. But did you know that it actually dates back to 1854? It was used in the book Walden
Ooh.
to describe the mental decay of the society that was happening 170 years ago.
And the same is true today.
Yeah, and she'll look at you and go, just take me now.
So let me remember this. It was first written in the book Where's Waldo? Got it. I'm ready.
You're
I'm
close.
armed with that fast fact.
Henry David Thoreau.
Oh, I've heard of that author.
Walden.
I mean, I don't know anything he wrote. Now I know he wrote Walden.
Yes.
I don't know what other book he wrote.
Kind of makes you want to think, right?
That was awful.
Get it? Like brain rot?
Yeah, no.
Thinking.
It was so far away from a witty punchline. But yes, I understood where you were coming from.
Oh, God, this is going to be a great show. I can feel it. I can just feel it because, after all, it's Kim Commando today. Yes, not to be confused with the Kim Commando show, which is the big show, the huge show that's on, I don't know. If you count every single station, it's like 510 stations.
So cool.
But then sometimes it's like 700. Depends, like, if you count the bands and this and that. And then,
We have a good week. We had a 200, we lost 200.
wouldn't that be horrible?
It would be hard to sell advertising.
Okay, so let me tell you. Let's use last week's ratings
Right.
instead of this week's, okay? So if you're looking for the show, just wherever you get your podcast, just search for Kim Commando Show. And joining me, of course, is my friend, my co-host,
Yes.
Andrew Babinski.
Hi, Kim.
So what do you have?
The FBI has a warning. None of us should text message.
Would you have a sound effect that you could attach to that?
A sound like a danger or a
Yeah, like,
dun
I mean,
dun
so-
dun or something
yeah,
like that. You want to try it again?
Yeah.
The FBI has a warning. None of us should text message. Dun dun dun.
Your thing just
I
came
know.
out.
It would have been great if this didn't flop all over the place. That's
know.
what happens when you buy $3 earbuds from Amazon.
Actually, they're not. They were $6.99.
Oh, okay. You guys went big spenders this
It
time.
was Black Friday sale. And this is we have to plea, we have to beg, we have to ask.
What are we begging and asking and pleading for now?
I think we're thanking people who are getting the audio version of our podcast.
Absolutely.
And I think we should ask them to tell a friend.
Oh,
What do you think?
like the Avon marketing?
Yes, just tell one friend.
You tell two friends, and then they tell two friends, and then
Yeah.
we're millionaires.
So go ahead. See what you can do with that.
Tell a friend.
Okay.
Oh, you wanted more than
I was
that?
hoping for a little bit more than that.
Oh, okay.
Do we need to get cue cards out for you? Is that it?
Seriously, though, if you are listening to the audio version, come on over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kim Commando. You can watch the show there, and then you can share it with your friends. The algorithm loves shares. I don't know why. They like it more than likes. They like it more than comments.
Than
They
anything.
love the shares.
We need to get shares.
Yes, shares and saves. This is what I've
Oh,
learned
saves are
about
good.
social media. So share it with a friend. If you like the show, they're going to like it too. So just tell two friends, send them a link, and so they can listen to Kim Commando today.
Thank you.
Was that better?
That was so much better.
All right, you're
How
welcome.
about just one more commercial?
One more?
Yeah. I'm giving away a
Well-
$500 Amazon gift card.
That's a good commercial to do.
Okay. Winfromkim.com.
It's easy.
Winfromkim.com. All right. So here's some things that are happening in the tech world. Have you been reading about Hannah Kabayashi?
No.
You don't know about Hannah?
Is this the billionaire?
No. She's the gal. She's 30 years old. She was getting on a plane from Maui and going to see her aunt in New York City.
Okay.
And then she landed in LAX. It's a very sad story. She landed in LAX, and then she didn't get on her connecting flight. And so so her father actually came from Maui to LAX and spent like 10 days combing all around the airport trying to find her. Couldn't find her. He committed suicide.
Oh my gosh.
And then now they're releasing CCTV images of her actually going into Mexico.
So she didn't get kidnapped. She left LAX
That's what they're saying
by
now. Yeah.
herself.
Now, the reason why I bring this up is that, of course, there's a GoFundMe,
Hmm.
and people have contributed a lot of money to try to find her. But now the family says they need that money to pay for the dad's funeral.
Okay.
And now people are saying, like, but we didn't give the money for the dad's funeral. We gave the money to go find her.
And now,
They want a refund.
do the terms and conditions state that if the money isn't used for the purpose you donated it for, you're entitled to
No.
one? I didn't think so.
No. Mm-mm. So I just want to pass that along. That I mean, do you give to GoFundMe's?
No,
I don't either.
the only thing I've ever given to, and it was one of those. It's not GoFundMe, or it was with the invention one. Is that
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter? Thank you. You know those water balloons
Mhm.
where you screw one device into your hose
You get like 100 of them.
and you get 50 balloons at one
Yes.
time. That's the only Kickstarter that I ever donated to.
Did you get it?
Never got the product ever. I gave $50 to or something like that. And I know I did another one. A local teacher was trying to raise money, $500 to buy 2 iPads for her classroom.
Oh, well, how do you say no to that?
I did the whole thing. I did the whole 500.
Oh, that was nice of you.
Done and done.
There's also donors choose for teachers too. If you ever feel like you want to give something else that way.
Yeah, teachers need it.
But I don't donate to any GoFundMe unless I actually know the person.
Yeah, I
Actually
agree
know
with
the
that.
person.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't really know where it's going to happen.
There's
what's gonna
so
go.
many scams.
So many scams.
Everything's a scam. Why wouldn't GoFundMe be a scam?
And speaking of scams, guess what's trending? It happens every year.
What happened?
Okay. On Facebook, on Instagram, where you're going, is that you see a post and it says, you can be a secret Santa. You send one present to this person at this address, and then you're going to get 12 presents back. And you're like, yeah.
Who is like, yeah?
I don't know.
Who falls for this? I saw a story this morning that on Facebook, they're investigating a scammer who's pretending to be Johnny Depp and is scamming a bunch of people. Sorry if you had that in your
No, I
show
don't.
lineup here. And they're trying to track it down and see who it is because he's continue. Who is falling for Johnny Depp asking you for money?
You know what? I was talking to Maddie today because we're going to put together like a little bit with this guy who really thinks that he's going to marry Reese Witherspoon.
Right. Yeah. You've been following that one for weeks.
I know. And I still can't believe he still believes he's going to be marrying Reese Witherspoon.
The only time I ever fell for anything on Facebook, I was high on sleeping pills. That's the only time.
Were you taking Ambien?
Yeah. I bought $9 pans from Gordon Ramsay on Facebook and they stole all my credit card, charges thousands of dollars within minutes. And I was so messed up, I couldn't stop it.
And you're like, oh man, I didn't even get like one frying pan.
I never got them.
Nothing. You know how when you go to the beach, you see the planes going and they have like the banners
Yeah.
behind. I always thought like it would be so cool to have that plane and then like just get Kim all behind it.
You could do that easily.
I know. I'm thinking about doing that. But here's the deal: is that the planes are being replaced by drones. Yep, it's happening in Miami Beach first.
Okay.
And here's why it's really interesting to me. It's not the fact that they're going to be using drones, but the fact that they can be like 300 to 400 feet above the ground
Okay.
with the banner. So you're gonna be like, oh, there it is.
Mhm.
Okay. But the drone has the AI tracking technology built in. So it can report back to the advertiser how many people actually looked up
That's really cool.
and saw the drone.
Now, I hate the fact that it's going to take away jobs. I'm sure there are pilots out there that make good living flying around doing those things. They need to go and train themselves on a drone. But that's really cool that you actually get a response.
But you can see exactly what's going on.
And you can see if the face turns or not, if the face was looking away or turns. That's pretty cool.
Or the face looks and goes, yes, I need to go to get Kim. And then, then the person like jumps up. and says,
Immediately runs to their iPhone.
And then I'd be like, oh, thank you so much.
It's going to be cheaper too. I mean, you
Yes.
don't have to pay for a pilot. Drones
Gas.
are cheaper. Gas is cheaper. Yeah.
Insurance.
It's going to be more. So now we're going to see them everywhere because it's going to be more affordable.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Maybe we should start that business.
Let's do it.
I don't know. We only
That was a quick turnaround.
Well, because I was just thinking the only drone pilot we know is Barry.
Oh, yeah, and he's crashed it in the hallways here at the office.
Something that's
Who's trying to fly a drone down a hallway?
and then I bought him a new one.
Uh-huh.
And we were in Hawaii, and I said, okay, let's go to like a park. So we go to the park and he's got like this, I don't know, $1,000 drone sitting there. And now he's practiced. He has practiced before this. And so, so he's like takes off, he goes and he goes. And then like probably within like 3 minutes, he smashes into like the only light post in the whole damn park.
Great aim.
And it goes, and then I busted out laughing.
And he was mad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's a couple $1,000 drone knowing Barry.
And finally, this isn't really news, but let's talk about porch pirates. Are you worried about porch pirates?
No, I mean, kind of, sort of. I'm in a new neighborhood. It's a gated neighborhood, but I've been gone for chunks of time.
And stuff just
And
sits
right
there?
now, Amazon, I'm going to call out Amazon. Amazon stinks right now.
Why?
Everything is delayed. Everything. It's supposed to be here on Wednesday. They push it back to Thursday. They push it back to Saturday. I ordered something that was supposed to be here by Friday. Now it's going to come, they said, anytime between the 9th and the 27th of December. It's a Christmas present.
You know what? Now that you mention that, you're right. Because I ordered like, I know it's like stupid stuff, but like Q-tips
Sure.
and like plastic cups, and some tea bags and, just like all random stuff.
But it's all getting
Yeah,
delayed.
and it's not there. I was thinking about that this morning. Something like, I needed a Q-tip. And I'm like, where's my...
Where are you, Amazon? So that's the only reason I would really worry about porch pirates. I mean, I have cameras on my patio, so, I'll see them steal my stuff. Nobody's going to do anything about it, but I'll see them steal my stuff. And it may be as a deterrent if you have a camera there.
Well, in Santa Barbara, my neighbor actually taught me how to do this. Is that he put a basket
Mm-hmm.
and like he puts water in there and like little snacks and everything. And so that this way the Amazon guy or gal can just like have something. So this way they actually bring the packages and put them by the front door.
Okay, so
We
is
have a
it because
gate.
you have you have a gate? Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes they want to drop by the gate.
Yeah.
But even though like Barry has like 8,000 signs up, like,
What does it say? Don't steal my packages?
no, it says don't leave the packages here. Leave them at the front door. Do not leave packages here.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't care.
And then it also has like, ring the gate bell. I mean, we have signs, so many signs.
You have a sign that says read this sign, and below it is another sign to be read.
But the one that's the funniest is that, well, there's two actually, is that he has signs that say guest parking. So there's
How frequently do you have guests?
it's just there's two signs right in front of the house that says guest parking. And it's like one of these things like you have to pick your battles.
Right.
And
That's when I would battle. I
Okay.
don't want, my house is not a business. It's not a dentist office.
But then I was walking, we'll get back to the porch pirates just saying, but I was walking down the street and this woman comes up to me. She's like, "Oh, do you live in that modern house down the street?" And I said, "Yes." And I thought she was like going to be complimentary about the
Mhm.
house because it's brand new and all this other stuff. And she said, "I am personally offended.
By guest parking?
No, by the sign that you have in your side yard."
Which one?
That's what I said. Which one? And
So many.
She said the one that basically says no trespassing, or it says no trespassing armed response.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "So why is that offensive?" She said, "We don't use guns in this neighborhood."
Oh, you don't.
I said, "Well, tell that to the Chilean gangs, okay?"
Right. Or the police.
Okay, or something like that. Anyway, you can always request a signature.
Okay.
And now keep in mind that thieves are tracking packages by hacking FedEx and UPS
Mhm.
accounts.
I mean, we saw that video like a month ago where the FedEx guy pulls up, is walking to the door, white car pulls in behind it, and the guys run because they knew it was a cell phone.
Yeah, it was
They
going to
knew
be a phone.
exactly what it was.
Exactly. Would you ever use Amazon's in-garage delivery?
No,
Why?
I'm not giving them my garage code.
It's like a one-time code that's only good for that one little time.
Well, okay, then that's different. I mean, you have to have a certain garage door opener then, right?
My cue.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's a camera on it. I have never used that. I don't know why. I just feel creepy somebody letting a stranger in my garage.
Remember Walmart was offering where the groceries could get delivered
Oh, that's
and they would
right.
come in your house and put them away for you?
You know what? I used to let Safeway do that.
You used to let Safeway put away your groceries.
No, not put them away, but bring them in the house.
Okay, that's different.
And I got to know the guy. You know?
Because you get everything delivered.
It's like, "Oh, it's Kim," which is true. You know what? In Santa Barbara, because it's such a small community, I mean, only 80,000 people live in Santa Barbara.
Right.
Okay. So I can place a Instacart order and it will say like it'll be there between like 9 and noon.
Okay.
And so Barry always are like, "Oh, we can't wait till noon." I said, just wait, you know." So I just say 9 to noon, and I will get that order like at 9:10 or
Because you're a
9:15.
preferred customer?
Well, I think yeah, because like it's like I get the same guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh, hi,
Do you
Kim."
tip well?
Yes,
Okay, so it's not that you're nice and sweet, it's that you're giving them money.
I am also nice and sweet.
Okay,
I am.
sure.
Amazon lockers.
Yeah, okay, that's a good way to. But then that's what's the point of the delivery then?
Yeah.
I'll just go to the store and buy it.
You could send it to your office.
Okay, that's smart. Actually, that's really good.
I
Then
do
my
that.
coworkers will steal it instead
Exactly.
of a porch pirate.
Speaking of pirates. Oh, it's such a great time.
Yeah,
Are you
speaking
ready?
of pirates.
Oh, actually, I have 3.
3 jokes.
It's about pirates.
Are we going to do them all 3 separately, and then we'll edit and post which one's the best, or are we just going to let them all run?
I think we should let them all run.
All right, let's hear it. I'm ready.
Okay, and then you can rate them
Sure. Okay.
on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
And then you can pick
But you have to do me a favor.
what?
You have to start with speaking of pirates before every joke.
So that's right. We can put it in post.
I don't know. It just sounds
Okay.
ridiculous.
All right. Speaking of pirates,
Yeah.
where do pirates get their hooks?
I have no idea.
At the second-hand store.
Okay. That's not bad,
Okay.
actually.
All right. How about number 2? Okay. Speaking of, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
Well, you think it would be R, but a pirate's heart belongs to the sea.
Nope.
Yes, that's a punchline.
Okay. No, it's not mine.
What's
Okay.
yours?
The letter P, because without it, he's irate.
Oh, that mine's way better.
Wait, say yours again?
You think it would be R, but a pirate's heart belongs to the sea.
Yeah, I like yours better.
Yeah, it's way
That's
better.
Okay. How about this one? Speaking of,
Speaking of pirates,
what does every pirate hate?
I don't know. What does every pirate hate?
A small chest with no booty.
That's the keeper.
So we just have a great podcast. I mean, it's a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, I get people who drop me emails and notes through the website.
Oh, I believe these.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
true.
I don't believe the ones where people stop you on the street because literally you're never on the street. Even when you're in your car, you drive so fast, you're barely on the street.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
I didn't mean to divert. I apologize.
I mean, just because I know like the Paradise Police by name.
You're right. They're like, hey, Kim, we got your delivery and here's your ticket.
No, I figured out a new way to go.
Oh, there's less cops and no cameras?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I figured out a way to go. And now what's kind of funny is this morning,
Is that because you have 3,000 points on your license?
I don't have any points.
How do you not have any points with all the tickets you tell us you get?
You don't have to pay them. Okay? I mean, it's
fair.
this whole thing in Paradise Valley. I know it's wrong to say this, but if you get a ticket, you don't have to pay it.
All right.
It says it right on the bottom of the ticket. This is not a ticket. But people pay it anyway.
Well, yeah, I would too.
I'll bring one in next time. You see it.
I believe you. You got enough of them. You pull one off the stack.
But so does Barry, though. It's like oh, you look good in that one. So that's why every time I go by a camera, I go like this.
You're notorious.
Like, hi.
All right.
Hi.
So people drop you emails and letters.
About they like the podcast,
Oh, good.
and they actually like you.
Actually,
Yes,
I'm lovable.
I know you are.
See?
You're so sweet.
Thank
are.
you.
So, if you ever want to drop us a line, maybe you want to hear more about something, hear something, or you want to send us that voicemail, podcasts@commando.com. Podcasts@commando.com. I got one this morning that was really sweet. Gary, thank you for your voicemail. I played a bit from my mother over the weekend on the Big Weekend Show,
Right.
and he got all teary listening to it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. So anyway, podcast with an S at commando.com.
And it means so more if you send a voice memo. It means so much more
It does.
to Kim and just better than typing it out. That's cool.
Yeah, it was very sweet. All right. So the FBI.
Yeah, the FBI and other branches of the government are have a warning for everyone. And this may not connect to every single person out there, only those who text message. So pretty much everybody. Now, you know, when I send you a text, it's a green bubble
Yeah, I know. I can't
because
stand it.
I don't have an iPhone anymore. I'm trying to remedy that, and I have to decide whether I want to spend the cash or not.
Just spend it. I know how much money you make.
$1,400.
You can't afford it. You just got $3,000 missing money. Just come on.
I understand, but still, I can do other things with that money. That's because I'm actually having texting problems only with iPhones.
Okay.
Because iPhone is now switched over to the ability to have RCS messaging between Androids and iPhones.
Correct.
Not your standard, what, SMS is the standard
Yes.
text message? Well, when iPhones text each other or when Androids text each other, they are secure. But the FBI is saying when people text each other, Android to iPhone, it is completely unsecure and it is open to hackers. And they are recommending all Americans switch to WhatsApp type communication devices, anything with encryption, to keep your messages safe, because they believe that other countries, we're not going to name any, China, are ramping up their attacks on our
They are,
technology and
there's no doubt.
telecommunications.
Gosh, imagine what the hackers must think of us.
That's so boring.
Exactly.
Move on. Is there someone important we can hack?
And there's no naked pics or anything.
So anytime you get a green bubble, if you're an iPhone user, you know right then and there that message is not secure.
Right.
So do you recommend us moving over to a WhatsApp or an encrypted technology?
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's a nuisance.
Okay, it's a pain in the neck. That's where you go over privacy versus convenience.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I need is one more piece of something that I need to use
To open and look at.
and then
Because you're not going to have everyone. If you could take everyone in your text message Rolodex and move them over seamlessly, then yeah, that would be fine. I would definitely move over to WhatsApp. But you're right. You're going to be looking at multiple different things for messages because not everyone's going to move over.
Okay, here's what I'm looking at just in my email.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, in my inbox, which just refreshed, how many unread emails do you have?
Okay, but I need to know, are you a get rid of cleanup email person?
Uh-huh.
Because, you look at my sister's phone, she has 915,000 unread emails.
No, I unsubscribe to things. I get rid of
So you manage your email.
Yes. How many do you think I have right now?
So the way you ask the question is going to be high.
It's high.
But you're an email manager. I'm going to say 85.
1,648.
From when's that from?
Like the last 2 weeks.
That's insane.
It is insane. And so like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, this is stupid. So I just marked them all like red. Because I'm like, I figure if it's important, they're going to come back.
Sorry, Ed, Donna. Your message was red, even though it never was.
Yes, exactly.
Because I clean up my emails too, but I usually sit there with maybe 20 to 30.
Oh,
That's
no.
crazy that you have that
No,
many.
that's in the inbox. Okay, then you have to go to other people. I got 12 from Barry. Sorry, honey.
Well,
12 from my lawyer.
they're probably all news stories. Can you believe this? Well, how can you believe this?
Do you know what the poor guy's
Can I
got?
buy this sign?
You know what he's got going on?
What?
And I don't know what it is with him in tech, but it just never works.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, like the death clock,
Mm-hmm.
the death clock app. Have you tried it?
No.
Okay, we talked about it here.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so he comes into me and he says, "I'm going to die within 5 years because I did the death clock," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And so I said, but this death clock app is going viral. So I figured, you know what, I should probably, and you go through a whole bunch of questions, and then it gives you it's actually kind of cute. It gives you a save the date.
Okay.
Okay, so
For when you're going to die?
yes,
Okay.
So
That's adorable.
So you answer all these questions and it says how much you exercise, how much processed food that you eat, your weight, all this other stuff.
And he's only got 5 years left?
Okay, wait, no. He used some other website. He didn't use this app. So
okay.
So I do the whole app, and I show it to him. I go, "You're gonna be stuck with me a long time."
What'd you get?
It said I'm gonna live to be 94.
That's good.
if I make some changes to my health, I could live to 96.
Look at that. 24 big months.
I know. It's like, and then when it said, like, like, what else can you do? It just said something like, you really can't do anything. It's
How many
like
people you think lie to that app?
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say
So
too.
then I figure, I got to go for Mr. 5 years to just figure out
So you need a new husband, is what you're saying.
exactly. So that's so mean. Sorry, God, he didn't mean that. So I said, here, let's do it for you. So
With real information.
yes. So I go to his phone, and first of all, he can't download the Death app. Can't find. So I go
Well,
on his
that
phone.
means you're dying within 3 years. If you can't figure out how to download the Death app, you're toast.
Okay, so then I put it on his phone. Okay. And then he says, well, how does it work? I said, well, all you have to do is just put in your DOB and answer some questions.
You're not
So
worried about all this personal information that's connected to your phone that you're just handing over to some random company?
listen, I got to get the guy past 5 years. Okay. All right, so then he brings his phone into my office, and he's like, that never works for me.
And what was it?
Okay. So then I look, and it's like when he was hitting like how much he exercises, it would just come up with like some weird screen.
Okay.
And then I look, I said, that's because you have like everything all enlarged. All the text is like big.
So
So
we know now it is 5 years.
Okay. So wherever you're clicking is like, it's like in the wrong spot.
So is the magnifier on?
Yeah, or something like that. And
Okay.
so it's like where you and I would see like 80 letters. He has
Right.
like 3. Okay. So I put it back to like normal size. And I said, okay, look, now you can answer the questions. So he answers all the questions. And it comes back. He's like, he's going to live to like 89. And I said, look, so this is the one, this death clock app has been through 1,200 life expectancy studies,
Okay.
53 million participants before they actually put the app. Now, I will tell you, if you use it, you go through the whole thing and you answer all the questions, and it says, we're ready to give you your answer. Okay. Guess what pops up?
An ad to sell you something.
Yes, a membership.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you don't need the membership. There's a little faint gray X in
They're
the
so
top
good
left.
with those.
Yes, and you just click that, and then it gives you your answer.
At least it gives you your answer. Some of those apps, if you don't buy it, you went through all that stuff. You gave them all your information and get nothing in return.
But it's Death Clock.
Okay.
It's the app. You should try it.
All right, I can try it.
Death Clock. How do we get on that versus the FBI?
Oh, yeah. In summation, the FBI says,
Oh, that's
don't
it.
text.
God, I have ADD so bad. It's such a horrible thing. It is.
I try to bring you back sometimes. Grabbing you by the back of your shirt. Just come on, Kim.
Oh my God.
But then it's just a lost cause. Just ride with it. Get on your back and run.
And sometimes I actually have to do the show, and I got to go like, okay, you have to focus. You got to focus. Because it's like, this whole part of my brain's having like this whole other thing that's going
All right,
on.
and it triggered the death app. But it was a good story. I liked it.
It's tough being a host.
Yeah.
It is. Well, especially, when you get so much going on in your head. And I mean, I lay there in the morning and I solve every problem.
You solve them?
I lay there. But then what happens? I do this like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And then I'm up to like 5:30 solving problems. And then I'm like, then I go fall back asleep, and I wake up at like 6:45, and I'm like, damn, I should have wrote
You
that
never
down.
remember them?
No, it's such a bad thing.
Leave a pen and paper there right by the side of the bed.
Yeah, I should do that. Or
Because you're not going to reach over for your iPad.
No,
That's
'cause
too
then-
annoying, too slow.
Yeah, and then you're gonna look at your email.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna like, okay, well, while I'm here,
Right.
I
Might have watched some, let's do the death clock and see if I'm still going to live till I'm 94.
I thought that was so funny. But no, he felt much better.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of anxiety sometimes. So Barry does.
All right. So
You should have actually contacted the people who controlled the app
yeah.
and see if they could have hacked in and made him live to 155. He'd be living life. Go get McDonald's.
Yes.
I'm fine.
Yes. But, they don't ask a lot of probing questions. They just
No,
ask, like, if you have high cholesterol, if you go to the doctor. It actually said that I would probably die of some type of cardiovascular.
not cancer.
Cancer was number 2.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's most people who make it to their 90s.
And then number 3 was, I don't
Hit by
know,
a bus.
still dealing with you. It's like-
Oh, you work with him? Nah, 74.
So this Washington Post had a story about Judith.
Okay.
And I want to tell you the story, and I want everybody to be listening to this story because this is how scammers are getting even more creative. So Judith is a retired therapist. Okay. So
So we're saying she's educated.
yes, yeah, she's smart. Um, and she gave her whole retirement nest egg to scammers.
Oh
$600,000.
my word. That hurts my heart.
They told her that they were from the FBI, speaking of, and that they needed help to bring down the Mexican cartel. And they needed her help to do that. Um, and the Mexican cartel was targeting her. And so, but thank God for them that they were
Mhm.
able to intercept. And she needed to move all of her money out of Morgan Stanley into a secured government locker. That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
So Morgan Stanley told her that, when she went to move out the first bit of it, they said, this sounds like a scam. Are you sure you're okay? And she said, yeah, yeah, it's all legit. It's all legit. And she would take the money out in cash, uh, hundreds dollar bills, and then meet somebody in the parking lot of a shopping mall and like give them the money. And so Morgan Stanley was kind of saying, she's taking out more money. They're like, yeah, this doesn't feel right. Are you sure it's okay? So she goes to the scammers and she said, you know what? I'm getting some pushback from Morgan Stanley on taking my money out. And they're wondering whether or not that this is legit. And they said, legit. Here's what you need to tell them. You need to tell them that you want your money closer to where you live in Maryland. And so you're going to put it in a local bank. So you go tell them that. And Morgan Stanley goes, okay, that's legit. Okay, if that's what you want to do. She goes to get some more money out, and Morgan Stanley says, nah, this doesn't feel right. Are you sure, Judith, you want to do this? And so she goes back to the scammer and says, they're questioning everything. They said, well, now you need to tell them that you bought an Airbnb in Tennessee, and you need to pay off all the remodeling bills. And as a matter of fact, just show them all the attached bills when they question you, and then they'll give you the money. So she does that.
Where does she get the attached bills? The scammers sent them to
Scammers,
him? Fake documents?
yes,
And she's still falling for all this?
yes. And she's still meeting people in the parking lot, giving them cash. She's still doing all this. So then she goes to Morgan Stanley. She says, well, instead of having my money in one bank, I want to put it in 4 different banks. And they said, oh, okay. So they give her some more money. She puts it, okay, and she gives it straight to the scammers.
Right.
And then Morgan Stanley says, you know what? We're not going to give you any more money. So she goes back to the scammers. The scammer says, you know what? Write them this email and use these words. And the words were, let me see where they are. That she was of sound mind. And this was her preference. This is her will. And legally, they're responsible to give her her money
Mhm.
if she wants to. And here's a signed affidavit that says, but what I thought was so interesting is that the scammers knew that they gave her the tools
Right.
that she needed in order to wipe out all of her money. I mean, her entire retirement account is gone. $600,000, and she's 80 years old.
And the bank was fighting for her. It's not like they were just saying, oh, hey, fine, push it across the desk, be done with you.
No.
They were trying to help.
Yes. But the scammers are now smart enough
Mhm.
to give the victims the tools that they need in order to make that scam happen. I thought that was really fascinating.
She must not have any family or friends because you would reach out, you would just, even over coffee, you would bring up, oh, yeah, and then there's this thing that's going on with my account. Well, what do you mean, Judith? Oh, this Mexican cartel, yada, yada, yada. And someone would go, that's fake. Someone she trusted more than
But
she
the
trusted
scammers
the.
also tell me she can't tell anybody. They always tell you that. They can't tell anybody because we're from the government.
Yeah, but we're humans. We like to gossip. I mean, the guy who's going to marry Reese Witherspoon,
Yeah.
he's telling people.
Yeah. Okay.
He's telling you.
Look what I got.
Right. So it sounds like they found someone, like it's like the perfect victim every single time. Someone who's older, has money, but it's also most likely wealthy or lonely, alone. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. There's no way you're going to get the money back.
No.
And I took a call the other day on the show. Guys, he lost like 200 grand in a pig butchering scam. And he's like, "How do I get the money back?" And I said, "Well, the worst thing you can do is Google search, how do I get my money back from a
Right.
scammer? Because then you're going to get scammed again." Okay. So it's like, just,
200,000?
yeah, 200 grand. I mean, this is big money. I
Mhm.
mean, this isn't like 5 grand, $500. Not that that's not big money, but
Right. This is life-changing money.
yes. Yes.
People who are losing this, their lives are altered. It's not just they can't go on vacation this summer.
Yeah, and the guy with the pig butchering, he gave him, I think he said, $83,000.
Wow.
Okay, but they said he wanted to move it from one account to another, and they said to protect it, they needed to move it from one to another. Which,
Mhm.
by the way, they had already taken that 83,000.
Right.
It was all in a simulation, all this other stuff.
Sure, it's just to make it seem more legit, so you give them more.
So they told him that he needed another $83,000, so he could transfer his existing 83,000 into a new account,
That's high fees.
and then he could pull out all the money. Okay, so he gave him the second $83,000.
Am I the smartest man on the planet? Because I literally would never fall for this.
I don't,
But it's every single day that people are.
and so anybody listening, watching, if you're wondering if it's a scam,
Yeah, it is.
okay, it probably is. But if you truly don't believe or know if it's a scam, I want you to reach out because we will do the research for you. We will go out and talk to people, like the guy who sent me the videos from Reese Witherspoon.
Mhm.
Have you seen those videos?
Not yet.
Oh, wait till you see him. I love you. I love you. Send me money. I want to marry you.
It doesn't even sound or look like Reese Witherspoon.
It's such a bad deep fake. Such a bad deep fake.
It's heartbreaking. That's $1 billion. They're stealing billions of dollars every single year.
So AARP actually set up this whole thing. If you do get scammed,
Mhm.
go to their website. They have some tools. They have some ideas. They also have like a whole forum. So where a whole bunch of people who are getting scammed, they're all hanging out with each other.
Good. And
Yes.
hopefully someone goes in there that hasn't been scammed yet and learns to recognize that Johnny Depp is not going to ask you for money on Facebook.
Okay, he might,
He don't even say that. Don't even joke around.
because he asked me.
Judith lost $600,000 because we're not taking this seriously.
I thought maybe Johnny loved me.
He doesn't.
He does.
He does. Pakistani Johnny Depp does not love you.
He does. He's a pirate.
No, we already got through the pirate
Oh, we
jokes.
did?
Yeah,
We're
you
not
can't end
going-
another one with a pirate
No?
joke. Sorry.
All right. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're watching us on youtube.com/Kim Commando, we really appreciate that. It's folks like you that make all things possible for me and for, Adam.
Him.
Yeah, him. So make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, comment, all that other good stuff that people do on youtube.com/Kim Commando. All right. Speaking of TVs,
Walmart made a big purchase. They bought Vizio.
how much they spend on that?
$2.3 billion
Chump change.
for Walmart. Yeah, it is. So everyone thought originally, well, they want to maybe they'll become the exclusive home for Vizio. It'll be cheaper they'll make more money on selling the TVs inside of Walmarts because they'll own the manufacturing. That's not why they bought them.
No.
1.9 or 19 million registered Vizio televisions in the United States, and they're going to market the poop out of them.
But, Vizio, I've been talking about them for years
Hmm.
because you know, I'm always fascinated by business, like how people make money.
Hmm.
And I always thought it was so great to know that Vizio, they make more money selling data from people watching their TVs than actually making money off of the TVs
But
itself.
what's interesting, that helps us because they have to continue to make a quality product, so we continue to buy it, so they can continue to get our data to sell it.
So, what do you think Walmart's going to do?
They're gonna market it.
Yeah.
This is part of they look at companies like Google and Apple that are their advertising departments or sections or sectors of their business is as powerful as the rest of the business, and that's what they want to do. And they're picking up Vizio to do this, and they're going to market not only Walmart, but they're going to be watching you. They're going to be watching what you're watching. They're going to be looking at the apps you go to and everything you look at those apps, and they're going to sell all that information.
Do you know what they call that option in your TV?
What do they call that?
It's really fascinating. So when you go through your TV settings in the
Hmm.
menu, and you see, like, if you want a contrast and sports mode or picture mode or movie mode or whatever it
Right.
is that if you go under, normally it's under interactivity, and it will be like smart intelligence, and you're like, "Ah, hey, I'd like that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, I think
I
my
don't want
TV.
to do a dumb TV.
No, I should have smart intelligence. Or they have another one that they call it automatic content recognition. And you're
Ooh.
like, hey, I paid big money for ACR.
Right. I want my
that.
content recognized immediately.
So as you go through your settings and you start seeing these things, and you're like,
Well,
what is that?
I just got a new TV, 100 inches. It's ginormous.
How much you spend for that?
It was on sale. It's a $3,000 TV I got for $1,700.
That's good.
Yeah, it was almost I had to buy it.
I
Is
mean,
that
that's-
cheap?
I mean, gosh, that TV, how much do you think that TV would have been like 5-10 years ago?
Oh, 40 grand,
Yeah.
$50,000.
I know.
And it's a great picture. It's a Hisense. It's not a top of the line
No,
brand,
that's not a great brand,
but it's beautiful. The picture is great. And the people who came out and installed it, they tweaked all the settings. So they're like, what do you do? And it was like, well, my kid's a big gamer and we watch, YouTube and streaming. And so they set the picture up so it would be best for
that's
that.
nice.
It was. They were there for like 40 minutes. It was really great. But the first thing they asked is, can we get this TV online? I was like, no, I have an Xbox. That's where we run everything through the gaming system. I don't need it online. And they're like, no, we'll just get it on the Wi. You won't be able to get updates without it.
Oh, yeah, you need the updates. I forgot. Every TV needs updates. And
Absolutely. How do we survive?
I mean, when we had rabbit ears on the roof, we needed updates.
That guy would not move to the next part of the installation and I don't know if this is it was Best Buy that came out and did it. I have a sidebar about Best Buy for, should I wait for it or let me pause. He would not continue to the next part of the installation until I put that television on my Wi-Fi network. And I didn't want to because I knew exactly why. Because they want to track me and they want to track everything that's happening in my house.
Right.
But I bought the TV from Best Buy.
Okay.
And I went in to the store. And I had some cash in my house. It's like fun money. I'll put a little away. So if I want to go, on a vacation or a trip or buy something big, I just have cash in there. So I went in and I made a $2,000 after taxes purchase in cash. There was about a 17-year-old working behind the register. I pulled out $2,000 in cash, set it down.
Probably never seen that before.
Didn't even look at it. Picked up the bottom drawer of the register, dropped it in, did not count it, did not look to make sure they were all 100s.
Didn't scan them to see if they were fake?
Didn't use the marker, didn't hold it up to the light, nothing. Just put it under the drawer, asked me how much it was. I said it's $2,000 even, gave me $9 change or whatever it was, and we moved on with our day.
That is incredible.
I was blown away. I told like 300 people this because didn't even look at it, didn't even count it. Probably the only cash transaction they had that day.
That is bizarre.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, that is weird.
But I did not put my television on the Wi-Fi network because I don't want to be tracked.
Well, also the police are going to come by because you had counterfeit cash.
No, it wasn't counterfeit. It was 100, bunch of ones and another 100. That wasn't counterfeit. It was all real.
Gosh, I mean, I pull out $100 and everybody always scans it.
Right. They always look at it or they won't even accept it. Some places don't accept it. This teenager just threw it in the drawer.
I have a $100 bill on the back of my phone.
Oh, just in case of an emergency?
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody wants to steal our phone, not only are you getting a phone, you're also getting a bonus Hyundai.
Well, because one time I was out and like and I think I forget where I was, AJ's or something, and they had all the terminals were down.
Oh, so you needed to have cash
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there like, with my chicken kebab
in
going
your
like
tea.
my tea going like, "Hey, come on. What's going on here?" So that's why I keep $100 cash there.
You can't pay with your phone?
No, all the terminals were down.
Oh, the turn. Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, all the one-tap terminals were down. So that's why I always keep a little bit of cash there. A
I do
little
too.
bit of
I have it in my car.
cash.
I always have emergency cash.
So, Vizio TVs,
yeah,
nice, and
that's the
Walmart.
story.
We're coming back. We're both, I don't know where we are today, but we appreciate you being
And
here.
it was fun.
Okay, squirrel.